some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Raleigh, North Carolina, Carter Finley Stadium, and home to the NC State Wolfpack. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the NC State Wolfpack. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. NC State with the kickoff team on the field and just about ready to start. Fielded in the end zone. It's Blunt. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Trying to go up top. It's complete to the left. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27. Got it done in the passing game on the last play, and let's see what they do on first down. Power football with the run. He picks up maybe a couple before he's stopped right at the 30-yard line.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
To the air on first down. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
I think a big part of the formula to this team's success is their ability to get after the quarterback. In game one, they had 6 sacks and obviously won that football game. They know coming into this one today, they have got to be able to get after the quarterback, and they're off to a great start.
To the air on second down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call. They want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
He's got it. He's got great speed. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The give to the back. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Guys, let's talk a little bit about NC State. They've jumped to the top of the conference standings. Now the trick is finding a way to stay there.
Well, and that's your goal to start the season. It's always about the conference first. It's not about the national championship picture. So great job taking care of business within the conference, Jesse, but a lot of meat still left on the schedule.
Yeah, and remember, conference championships mean a lot because the way the college football playoff is set up, if you're winning your conference championship, you're probably in the playoff discussion. So they've got a lot of games ahead. They're in that prime spot right now inside their conference. They've got to keep playing well.
NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. He's got the tight end. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. He is a menace rushing the passer. Career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he...
Turning it on! They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Really nice play call there on 2nd and long by the offensive coordinator. He was able to get a lot of that yardage back by running the football, and now, of course, it sets up a 3rd and manageable situation.
Ball's at the 22. 3rd and short coming. Can the defense force him to settle for a field goal? From the gun, wants to pass. Throws toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Wolfpack!
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
Coming out with it, it's Blunt. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. Makes the grab. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a 3rd down opportunity that's in there.
There he goes. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
Big 3rd down conversion, getting the ball to your running back, and he does the rest. This guy, I think, will get a lot more touches.
And you want to know why he's on the field on 3rd down? Because he can block, he can catch the ball, and you can also hand it off to him, and he can go find the sticks and keep drives alive. What a weapon.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Complete in the middle. Knocked down immediately, but a big gain down to the 45. And you know the line they kick around at Ohio State, Woody Hayes, forward pass, 2 of the 3 things that can happen are bad. Woody had dudes like this, he'd be spinning that magic bean all over this place.
You ain't lying. My, how times have changed. Now it is pass, pass, pass. Find explosive playmakers like this on the outside. Get them the football.
You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field. But that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
On third down, he drops to throw. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Cruz. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Well, you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one, and they keep the drive alive.
And the Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
The Buckeyes didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. They'll go to the ground. Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Wants to fire on second down. Oh, they're after him. Using his legs to buy some time.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
This should be the last play of the quarter. On third and short, the power run here. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State. There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy, time and time again, trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Coming out on first down with the play fake. He lost it high and deep down the left side. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. Takes it the other way. At the 30. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Moves away as he feels pressure. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
I know the offense came into this game expecting to have some success throwing the football, and right after getting a takeaway right outside of the red zone, they try to do just that. The one-on-one matchups are going to be there in this game. That time, though, the defense did a better job making a play, forcing the incomplete.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And don't get it twisted. A big part of this team's formula for success defensively is getting after the quarterback. In their last game, they had 6 sacks, won the game. They know they've got to be able to get after the QB in this one. Put some pressure on him, and they're already off to a great start.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He's got an open man. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
I love that from this offense. 3 is good. You're in field goal range, but now we're set up with 1st and goal because of great 3rd down execution by this offense. Stay aggressive. Even when you get in this part of the field, when everything shrinks and gets a little bit harder, you still want to be aggressive.
The Buckeyes line it up with a 1st and goal. A designed run for the quarterback. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Wants to adjust the pattern. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. He unleashes a long one. Pulls it in on the right. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
And I love it when quarterbacks attack the whole field. Nice job using the sideline. When you attack the middle of the field, those safeties very much get involved. So do the linebackers. You get a lot of one-on-one matchups towards the outside. Nice job throwing it towards the sideline, and the receiver making the big play down the field.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Wolfpack with a lot of options on 2nd and short. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. On the move at the 30. Oh, he's got some space. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Wolfpack! An impressive run from the back. Gets him 6 points, good drink of water, and maybe a little oxygen.
He definitely It looks simple, right? Just handing the ball off, but when you can make big plays like this in the run game, man, does it make offense fun.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
They've been talking about this one all week inside the MAC, guys. Let's give you a quick recap of how it went down. Purdue managed to avoid a bitter defeat by scratching out a narrow victory. This wasn't the blowout some around West Lafayette had hoped for, but it sure beats the alternative. A busy day in the MAC, and an outcome that figures to shuffle the deck there as we send it back to you.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. It sounds like they had a good one there. He'll bounce his way ahead for a pickup of 4 out to the 14.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Leaves it with the back. Nudges ahead for 1 out to the 16.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. 3rd down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They evened things up the last time they had him. The defense helped them out and a chance to go on top with this drive. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Shoots it to the left. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Pressure's there and he lets it go. He just treated that thing like a hot potato, and they're going to call him for grounding. They've got him pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Finds his man. It's Cruz. He goes out of bounds just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line, and when you're backed up, execution like that at a premium.
Nice pitch and catch there from QB to wide receiver. Great job. An out route is all about timing. 1, 2, 3, boom, break out, throw it to him right now. Great pitch, great catch.
Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target.
Breaks into the open. They'll stop him just short of the first down marker on the screen.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Quickly complete. Still on his feet at the 45. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
He is pushed out of bounds at the 19-yard line.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
And the Buckeyes, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. They'll run it from the gun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The defense calls the timeout, their second of the day, as they try to get their act together. Lost yardage leaves them looking at 2nd and 14. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. He'll try to take it back. The 40. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, NC State. The defense does the work itself for the pick six. It is one thing to come out with the interception. No, don't stop there. Turn it into a score.
Make a big play and don't be content. That's right. Go out and make an even bigger play. And he does it. He makes the pick and then takes it all the way back to the house. Looked like a wide receiver, for goodness sakes. Turning on the jets, making the big play.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's got him. And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. The Buckeyes are in the hurry up. Wants to go up top. Throws for the tight end. Wide open downfield. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a 1st down. The corners are walked up tight. Wants to throw on 1st down. It's complete on the right side. It's a fumble on the play. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. He's dragged down to the ground, but what a play there. Scoops up the loose football and moves the chains. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. He'll try to do it himself. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense, because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know explosive run, but you got to get shots on this guy when you can. That time, they let him get out of bounds.
What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. They're working that left side. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. He's got it on the run. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Sit.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Man, that's frustrating as a defense because you got to stop the run. There's a good chance they're running the football here in this situation, trying to punch it in the end zone. You're trying to go to the half with a little bit of momentum. This defense just couldn't make the play to get off the field.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Leaves it with the back. And the defense able to get him down, and that should bring us to the end of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. About to kick it away again as we are tied up in the 3rd quarter. And he's going to try to return this one. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He was in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Fires to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
That just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
Yeah, nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, and they picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
Motion from the wide receiver. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver in different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Quarterback making checks. Back to the ground game on the left. Just a 1-yard gain leaves him with 3rd and 9.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Pulls it in inside the 10. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there.
Well, it's a second catch on the drive, and that's obviously a massive play for this offense. And he's starting to prove to his quarterback here that he's winning his one-on-ones, and he deserves some more looks.
NC State will line up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Next going for the goal line. Touchdown, North Carolina State! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, every game in CUSA is so very critical. How about this one today? Sam Houston is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now. But there's not a soul who doesn't believe they can't pull this off. They're trailing by 13 to Jacksonville State. Conference USA tends to make its presence felt, and we'll circle back with any big changes. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Got it in stride inside the 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And you're seeing the aggressiveness by the offensive coordinator on the first play of the second half. They take a shot and score a touchdown. You know they talked about this all halftime. They were just waiting for this opportunity. They knew coming out they were going to get the look they got defensively and take advantage of it, and it comes up big with a touchdown.
Bringing it back. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Their lead is gone, and they'll try to grab it back on this drive. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Taking it the other way. Touchdown, Ohio State. And they turn it into a defensive score.
And doing a great job in coverage. Obviously, you got to play run first as a linebacker always. That's your first thought process. But then reading the QB's eyes, breaking on the football, catching it. And then from there, it was easy. Just take it right to the house.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looks like a penalty on the kickoff as the ball goes out of bounds. They'll run this play from the pistol. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Throws to the back. This time it's complete. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Making side adjustments here. Looking for a crease to the left. Turning it on. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the first down.
Well, on that one, they decide to attack the left outside on the ground. And you see the speed by the ball carrier there. He's picking up a huge chunk of yards.
Now, I can't imagine any reason they wouldn't just run that play again.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why not just go back to the well one more time?
Looking downfield on first down. Looking left. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
With the run on first and goal. Powers through. And he's loose and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the third quarter. He'll bring it out. It's Blunt. He gets it across the 25 to the 27 after bringing it out of the end zone. First play of this drive comes from the 27. To the air on first down. Finds the tight end. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Well, this defense has tried to find ways to disguise their coverage and mix it up, trying to confuse the QB. It's not working, though. That last completion, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
Wants to go up top on first down. Pass rush, coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush, Reese. Just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
Now facing second and long after the defense came up with that sack. Looking to fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And that's back-to-back plays that are not good for this offense. I mean, you've got to protect your main man. Your quarterback has to be upright to make decisions, to make big plays. Sacked on first down and a quarterback hit on second down. Got to do a better job.
Feels as if the whole city of Raleigh is trying to help out the Pack on third down. There he goes. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Buckeyes are rolling down the field. Looking to throw on first down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 and the 38, and these guys are on the move.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
They get him on the ground at the 33, but not before he picks up 6. They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. Can't wait to see how this fourth quarter is going to go and see who can come out on top in this barn burner. So the final period starts with a second down play. The give to the lone running back. Stop is made at the 22. A 10-yard pickup and a first down just outside the red zone.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
The pull and throw off the RPO. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Back to pass. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They move on top here in the fourth.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Out of the end zone. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Throws to the tight end. And it's his 4th interception of the night. Got room on the return. Running inside the 20. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
They'll go right back to it. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. Quarterback keeper. Didn't get much. Picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close at the line of scrimmage.
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It is perfect. And now the lead is even bigger. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, while we have a moment, let's peek in on what's going on in a big one in the American. Oregon State looks like it sent the JV squad out there today. An offense that can't move the sticks and a defense that looks awful. So unlike this program. They're trailing by 14 to Charlotte. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this clash in the American you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. NC State quick to the line.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Hauls it in. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. Holding on the offense, accepted, so they'll back up and go at it again. Quarterback empties his backfield. Second down, they'll go to the air. Now he's going to break the pocket. Trying to make that. It's a fumble. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Picked up a few extra. Return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Fumbles are great when you force them, and you're always thinking about as a defensive player. But, man, when the weather conditions start to come down, it starts to rain, and you know that ball's a little bit slick, and you know more runs are coming, you really try to get to that football. Nice job getting the football out, falling on top of it, forcing the turnover.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points.
Oh, he's got some space.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
The Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not opening up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The quick out. Picks up enough to get them 1st and 10 from the 13.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Under fire. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Well, the defense, they're smelling blood in the water now. Of course, they've already knocked the starting quarterback out of this game, and now with the backup in, they're bringing more pressure. It almost looks like more excited to get after him. This is just a very excited, very emotional defense right now.
And the Buckeyes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. To the air, it's Cantrell. Deep shot for the end zone. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Into the end zone. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6.
Well, on that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the game. If I'm him, I'm thinking the same thing. Even when he's covered, he's open. He's shown the ability to climb the ladder and make contested catches. So I don't mind him taking another shot there.
So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. It's good, and that lead grows even bigger.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative, use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They coughed it up on that last drive, but the defense really bailed them out, holding them to a field goal, Jesse.
Yeah, and I think the offense kind of got away from their identity a little bit on that last drive, David. They got to kind of get back to doing what they do.
Yeah, and hold on to the football. I mean, defense just did their job. Stopped them, held them to a field goal, limited the damage. Now it's time for the offense to get the momentum going again.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Makes a catch. 1st down and maybe a lot more. And that's where they'll mark him, but a very productive play, and they'll move the chains. No hesitation, no trying to baby the ball in there. He just fired it complete.
4th down, no problem. I'm just going to rip this to my wide receiver. He believed in himself. He knew he could get it, and they get the 4th down conversion.
Wants to keep it in the air. Here's a heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the defense is smelling blood in the water at this juncture. They know the offense is going to throw it, and that's why you see these D linemen and linebackers, man, they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback, and the hit that time helped force the incompletion.
He's taking the deep shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Time is not on their side right now. They can't afford too many more incompletions like that. They need to come up with some connections, and they've got to score points. They've got to get this passing game going now.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. They get to him as he throws.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, It's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete. And that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
And that just about does it. That about puts this thing to bed. The offense, listen, they had to go for it. But now defense, this is the situation when you say, I'm just going to eat clock, up by several possessions, eat clock, get out of here with a W.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And not much going on downfield. You just get rid of it and live to play another down.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously, so he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Nobody forward with the trickeration. It'll bring up 4th down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you know, you exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone. He tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
The Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out.
Man, that is a backbreaker. Down in the 4th quarter, you need units to play big, make plays for you, and your special teams just cost you big time, just gave away the football. Not many opportunities left, and you just gave a good one away.
Wide receiver going in motion. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Pressure coming. Just tried to drop a little floater in there, and it's incomplete.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions, from go to 1 to 2, and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you could tell he did not have much time getting hit as he's trying to throw the football. You've got to protect your quarterback.
He caught it. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
Let's not overcomplicate things. My guy is better than all of your guys. No matter how I give it to him, I'm going to keep feeding. That's over 150 yards now. What a day for this wide receiver.
A great chance to put this game away with a score here on 1st and goal. He's looking to throw. Touchdown, Ohio State. Fitted in the window for the score. With that score, it looks as if this bunch is about to go 6-1. That score looks as if this one might have put it a little too far out of reach.
Yeah, this game's pretty much over. That was just the icing on the cake. But, you know, speaking of cake, I'm kind of hungry. Can we get out of here? Can we finish this game so I can go get something to eat?
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Conference USA action right now, fellas. Wait till you see how things are playing out. Sam Houston looks like it sent the JV squad out there today. An offense that can't move the sticks, and a defense that looks disinterested. They're trailing by 19 to Jacksonville State. Conference USA tends to make its presence felt, and we'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Touch pass on the run. Breaks into the open.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside. David, if puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get them out of a spot.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they take a shot down the field. It's another incompletion. It's really been that kind of story. This defense has made this guy earn it every single play. Really small windows to throw into. 1 touchdown pass. That's a little bit surprising. You thought maybe they'd have more in this game.
So now it's 2nd and long. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
You got to be impressed by how you've seen this offense finish in this football game. They've been scoring points in the 4th quarter, just got a touchdown on their last drive, and there they rip off a big run. They are not letting off the gas pedal right now, and as a coach, you love to see that.
They'll ride the hot hand. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for this squad, right? Like, you start every